My name is Matt Budner. I'm a student at Western Michigan University. I'm 23 years old. I serve in the Marine Corps Reserve as a 0311 rifleman, and I also work at Home Depot in Portage selling hardware materials. The very first guitar that I ever owned was a little Hohner acoustic. I got it when I was living in New York. I was in 8th grade. Really wanted to play guitar, and I got it. Started learning Kiss songs, started learning some Bon Jovi, American Pie, all that stuff. The song I ever learned was American Pie by Don McLean. The first band I was in was a sophomore in high school. We called ourselves Far From Sanity. It was with Zach Urich, Aaron Walters, and Mike Russell. I played guitar. First song we played together, and the only gig we ever played was a talent show. We played We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister. Jazz band, I joined that with a guy named Casey Grutin. He's a really good singer, real good jazz R&B singer, and he needed a guitar, so we were called the Music Motion. We actually played a gig the night before I left boot camp, so good memory with that. And I also used my grandfather's guitar that we built. First and only show I've ever used that in. And with my metal band, we were called Shaded by the Phalanx. We played a New Year's Eve show that got pretty rowdy. Pool table got broken, people got in a fight, and we couldn't get out of the basement for a while. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair. She broke your throne, she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Maybe I've been here before. I know this room and I've walked this floor. I used to live alone before I knew you. I've seen your flag on the marble arch, and love is not a victory march. It's a code and it's a broken hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. There was a time you let me know what's real and going on below, but now you never show it to me, do ya? Remember when I moved in you, the holy dark was moving too, and every breath we drew was hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. above. All I ever learned from love was how to shoot at someone who outdrew you. And it's not a cry you can hear at night. It's not someone who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 I did my best, it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I've told the truth, I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of Song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah. 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 That's the only song I've ever played and sang. First time I've ever done it in front of people. First time I heard about this charity, Year Without Shoes, I was at a bonfire. I'd just seen this play of Mice and Men, and Keegan was in it. And we were sitting at the bonfire, and I noticed the guy, he didn't have any shoes on. And at first I was thinking like, oh, well, it's, you know, at a bonfire, take off shoes is cool. But it was freezing that night. I asked him, I was like, you know, why don't you have any shoes on? And he started telling me about the charity, Year Without Shoes. And it really, I mean, it made sense. It was a really cool way of raising awareness, because I never thought about that. I mean, there's schools there, but the only thing that's keeping these kids from going to it is a pair of shoes. So it's so simple to show like we can take off our shoes. I mean, I'm wearing shoes right now, but that guy's got more dedication, and that was just really cool when I heard that. Hardest part of not wearing shoes for a year would be, there's a lot of places that say, you know, no shirt, no shoes, no service. I mean, you could get used to the discomfort on your feet after a while. I mean, like a lot of people do. You just walk around, it's like your bottoms, the soles of your feet harden up. But there's places out there that we cannot enter if we do not have shoes, and that kind of mirrors what's going on there. Not as serious, but at the same time, it's like you're restricted from going places if you don't have shoes on. Just something on your feet. You can wear sandals, but that would be the hardest part, not being able to go into certain places, not being able to go to work because I don't have shoes on. I don't have anything protecting my feet. As popped into my head after I met him, thinking about the whole not wearing shoes thing. If I didn't have a pair of shoes on, like these kids, what would happen? I mean, a few weeks ago, I was doing something with the Marine Corps where we had to go through the woods to find things. We were navigating, and there's all these briar patches, just big thorns. And if we didn't have any shoes on, if we didn't have sleeves, we'd be cut up like no other. But I had shoes on, so I wasn't worried about my feet. But if we didn't, I'd be like, no way, I can't go through there. So that actually did pop into my head, like, wow, I'm lucky to have shoes. I mean, a big reason somebody should donate to this cause is we have a lot of the things we need. We have most of the things we need. And these kids, they want to go to school. They want to learn. They want to better themselves. But all that's stopping them is a pair of shoes. So if you want to better the future of humanity, I mean, one of these kids could be a future doctor who cures some major disease, could cure cancer or something, but he can't realize that potential because he cannot get into a school because of shoes. Think of the future. What if? So this is for your future as well as theirs. Donate for that. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind. Hang it on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time. Love that song.
That's a long song.
Very simple though.
Is it?
It's a lot simpler than you think.
Will you do some?
I don't remember it. I'm not prepared.
Can we keep that part?
Please keep it.
It's so simple. I don't remember.